This one is titled Mosadi, coming your way at 9:35 and getting us into Fem Focus.
Fem Focus, Wednesdays at 9:30 on the Mid Morning Delight.
All right, I am so excited to be hosting her. She is such a trailblazer. I think quite interesting looking at the fact that I've had women in mining before, but we don't have a lot of those. I have to say, we don't have a lot of those who are doing absolutely amazing. Her name is Horata Manyapelo McKinnon. Right, she is an entrepreneur. She's a leader in the Botswana mining sector. As the managing director of LC Mining Consumables, she brings over a decade of expertise in business development, with a very strong focus on the mining and occupational health and safety industries. Listen, let me just give her the opportunity to tell us about what she does on an everyday basis. What it takes to be a leader of her caliber. I'm so much impressed at the fact that she also looks very young. I was just looking at her, but I'm like, okay, what mother's home been? And then she walks in, and my producer says, okay, that's your guest. I'm like, what? Why does she look 25? Not that I'm saying 25-year-olds are not accomplished, but ma'am, your CV is very decorated, and I totally respect that. Welcome to Gebs FM.
Thank you so much, Khane. Thank you for having me, and hello to Gebs FM listeners.
And oh my God, she's got a radio voice.
Oh yeah?
I kid you not. You
Thank
sound
you.
absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you so
Welcome
much.
to Gebs FM. Now let's get just straight into it. You do so many things. You're, the vice chairperson of Women in Mining Botswana, which is Wimbo as well. You're the managing director, LC Mining Consumables. You do so many things, but for somebody who doesn't know who Horata really is, let's just start our conversation there.
Okay, thank you, Khane. Hi, Dumelang gape Botswana. Yes, I am a woman in mining. My journey in the mining industry really began back in 2015. Back in 2015, I was a She consultant. I did She consulting. We offered trainings for, first aid and your basic firefighting. So I felt the need to grow. And that is when I now decided to explore the dust suppression industry within the mining space.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that dust literally could actually earn you a living?
Nice.
So yes, that is mostly my core focus at LC Mining Consumables. But before LC Mining Consumables, I was a 51% shareholder of a multinational company that offers dust suppression solutions for open cast mines and underground mines. We treat haul roads, your material handling applications like your conveyor belts, your chutes, and transfer points, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking about, things I've got no idea what you're talking about, what you do. But you know what? This is all quite fascinating. Let's take before 2015. How do you
Yes.
even know you want to get into mining? I mean, like, for a lot of people, once you finish your BGCSE or your IG, you're thinking, your general sectors. You want to be a
Yes.
doctor, you want to be a teacher,
Yeah.
you want to, So how
Yes.
do you come across mining such that you get that, interest to go and do all that?
Yeah. I'll give you an honest answer. I did not decide to go into the mining space. I'm a heavy follower of Christ and a believer of Christ. So I believe that everything that happens in my life is for a purpose. And how I got into the mining industry before 2015, I worked for a particular bank from 2004 to 2010. How I left that bank, I didn't leave because I wanted to leave, but I got fired. I was accused of stealing. For 3 years of my life, I was going to court, home, court, nothing to do. So, yeah, you know, to come to think of it, I'll tell you, if I had not been fired from the bank, I think I would still be working for that bank, because the very same people that I worked with at the bank are still at at the bank. So sometimes God will use some painful
They say
things.
he'll break you to position you.
100%.
Yeah.
They say when it feels like everything is falling apart, it's actually falling into place.
You know?
And that is my life.
And I'm literally getting goosebumps as you narrate that, and I'm thinking for a lot of people that could have like really just broken them. And I mean, how do you get out of being accused to owning your own company and in mining? So you're 2015, you're thinking, let me get it into mining. Let me get into what really gives you that motivation. I mean, you could have gotten into anything. You could have gotten into teaching. You could have gotten into radio, you know?
Yeah, like I said, when I got fired from the bank, yes, the whole process went on up until late 2014. That is then when I had to decide, am I going to look for a job or what am I going to do? Because I had 2 kids to take care of, and I couldn't really afford to take care of them. So there was an opening for a job at a certain local private hospital. So I applied for the job as a switchboard operator. And that's really where I think me and my destiny, we like right there. Yeah, because at the hospital, that is where I met Depswana executives. They had come in to do medicals, and I was looking at these people thinking, my God, how do you get to be an executive for a company like Depswana? So that's where the curiosity came from. And while still I was at the local, the private hospital, I met up with a lady that ran a She consulting company. So prior to that, I was actually one of the first people to ever bring Bonang Mateba to Botswana for a motivational conference.
Nice.
I don't know what I was trying to motivate people, because I was going through the most.
Girl, you needed
at that
the
point.
motivation.
I needed the motivation.
You needed the motivation.
Yes.
All right. So here you are at a hospital. You meet with these people. Your kid destiny. Had to be destiny.
Had to get destiny helpers,
help
but at the
us,
time
yeah.
they didn't know they were destiny helpers. Yes.
But they gave you that idea,
Yes.
to do
They
what you're
gave me
doing.
the desire.
To do what you're doing now.
100%.
Now, let's talk about the mining sector in Botswana. Once again, it's considered to be one of the most technical sectors, such that not a lot of us find to be interested in.
Yes.
Because it's very technical. Let's understand now your journey in the mining sector.
Yeah.
Again, it's a male dominated sector. How do you do it?
Oh, gee, it's not easy. It's not easy, but when you know that you have been planted by the Most High, you can stand for anything. I always say there's not a lot of women in the mining sector, mainly because of what you're saying. It's very technical. Is this? Is that? I'll tell you, I don't have a degree. I don't have a mining background. I'm not a geologist. I've never worked for a mine. But here I am. I have serviced the likes of Depswana. I have serviced the likes of Lukara, Morupule coal mine, Morupule power plant.
Nice.
And how did I do that?
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. You don't need to be, I always say, you don't need to be a doctor to own a hospital. Right?
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah.
Preach.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
You do not need to be a doctor to own a hospital. There are people out there who have the expertise, the technical expertise. Myself, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a facilitator. I'm a visionary. So now what do? I get into partnership with the people that actually have the technical know-how.
You look for opportunities.
I look for opportunities outside and see what I can implement back in my home country.
What is what kind of challenges do you come across then in the sector? I know you did say that it's not an easy sector to be in, and especially it's a male dominated.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that I've had conversations with those who are in the male dominated or what's said to be male dominated, they'll tell you sometimes it seems like they don't take women seriously.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's an issue of being sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's an issue of, a lot of variety of reasons. Yeah. So how do you make sure that you're the boss lady? How do you make sure that, you stand your business, you stand your ground, and, you go on forward and considering all the challenges that you go through? And yes, like I said, what are some of the challenges that you encounter in this sector?
No, most definitely. I mean, everything you said, I've been through it. You'll find that, okay, here you are. Okay, first and foremost, there's the boys club.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the boys club in the mining industry, and okay, what is wrong? And the fact that I'm short does not help. Okay.
And you look so young.
It does not help.
Yeah.
So, people undermine you. I remember there was a time I went to Department of Mines. It was some years ago. I had a meeting with the director. So there was this lady, I believe she was the PA to the director. So I came in, Dumelang Dikopago, I have a meeting with the director, may I see him? And then she looks at me from, is it top
Toe to head.
Head to toe. T-shirt.
Oh my word.
Imagine that. And it's the painful truth, we would think that men don't treat women right within the mining space. But the reality is women can be horrible to other women. And I will tell you, I have suffered at the hands of women more than the men. Contrary to popular belief, some men, most men within the mining space are really accommodating, and they are really encouraging because they see us. I mean, they see me. I mean, I've been in that phase for the past 12, 13 years. So they want to encourage. We have people like Bomesta Siwawa. He's the CEO of Chamber of Mines. He's like a father to me. He knows me from back in the day. Oh my God. But we have men in the industry that are really encouraging. So women, we need to
do better.
We need to do better.
And how do you like I said earlier on, in terms of some of the challenges and maybe why we don't have a lot of women, and at the fact that the sector is very technical. How do we? Well, it will always be technical.
Yes.
My thinking, but how do we try to make it conducive for young people, for young women to get into the sector? Because it seems to me that it's a sector which we can explore, as young people, as young women.
Absolutely.
How do we make conducive? How do you change the status quo from it being conceived as being too technical to just people acknowledging the opportunities that are there within the sector?
Yeah, I think first the most important thing is to show interest.
Yeah.
From women or girls or whoever might have an interest in, joining being a part of the mining industry.
Yeah.
And when you have that desire, the desire has to move you to go out and find out. I'm one person that I have always loved attending mining expos, both in Botswana and outside. That is where you get exposed to a lot of everything. You're exposed to a lot of everything. And the moment you start attending these conferences, the moment you start aligning yourself with people within the space, you'll find that it's not as technical as you thought.
Think, yeah. I agree, sometimes it's not. It would sound technical because you're not interested in it. But the moment you just focus and read on it and
100%.
like you say, attend the conferences and so on and so forth, you'd find it very easy going.
Absolutely.
All right, 9:45 is your time, and in case you're wondering, we are with the trailblazer in Harefield, Horata Manyapele Cannon, made history as the first woman to provide dust suppression services to Botswana's mining industry, serving high-profile clients such as, the Botswana, Lukara, and Morubule coal mine. Her passion for safety and innovation led her to co-found TRM Group, a company specializing in occupational health and safety, and to help organize an award-winning industry exhibition. You can be part of the show. You can call us, ask questions, comments at +26739569662, or also very live on our social media page at Gabs FM.
Sesebe. Power to engage your world is on 100.4 FM.
Hop, hop, little bunny. The Gabs FM Stag Hunt is on their way. Eggs to find and games to play. I can't wait. It's the best day.
Last time, I found so many eggs. Some were even hidden in trees, some were hidden in the grass. This year, I'm gonna find more.
Hop, hop, little bunny. Fill up your baskets and win amazing goodies.
Chocolate treats and other cool stuff too.
Come out and hunt away.
The Gabs FM Easter Egg Hunt is the place to be. Join City Park on the 3rd of May.
It's gonna be extra fun.
You ready to level up? GUC is now open for the July 2025 intake. Enroll today and get a 10% discount on your tuition fees as a newbie or a 15% discount as a returning student. Secure your spot today in either our law, business, education, health sciences or engineering programs. Let's make learning legendary. Call us on 318-5596 or 72469089. GUC for God and country.
Lubati. Power to engage your world is on 94.1 FM. FM Focused. Wednesdays at 9:30 on the Beat Morning Delight.
Right, welcome back. 9:51 is your time, and we're having a conversation with Horata Manyapele McKinnon. She is Managing Director, LC Mining Consumables. She is Vice Chairperson, Women in Mining Botswana, also known as Wimbo, right?
Yes.
And your story is very motivating, and I like when you said, I think my takeaway from all of this is you don't have to be a doctor to own a hospital.
100%.
So I think, I'm going to be living by that from now on.
I think I can go home now. My job is done here.
Listen, man, drop mic. Now, for somebody who's listening in, young girls, young boys, and really just anyone who, finding themselves at that place of being shattered, where it all seems so bleak, where it doesn't look like there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I always say sometimes we are misunderstood. Sometimes we it almost seems like Botswana are unhappy, but really it's because we don't have a lot of motivational stories. We don't have a lot of feel-good stories out there. And I think Fem Focus is one of those features where we're saying, you know what, you need to tune in and draw some inspiration from the likes of Horata, speak to those people. How do I dust myself up and do the things that really matter? The things that I'm going to look back 10 years, I'm like, man, I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of the woman that I am.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's just in that state, I need you to just advise them to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. The thing that kept me going back in the days when I was going through the court case, you can imagine I had 2 young children. I was a single mother, 2 young children that I couldn't afford to feed. I'll tell you, the thing that kept me going was faith in God. His word was my anchor. The Lord is my shepherd. You know that the day that I got fired, I think I learned that prayer. And it has been, we take it so lightly. That Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. He does that. and he prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. The word of God, there's nothing that will motivate you more than the word of God. I literally had nobody to motivate me. The only thing that I had to motivate me was my Bible. And I know a lot of people will be shocked to hear, but I was a Bible scholar. I think that is the only qualification I have. I have a diploma in theology.
Wow. I guess that's why you're able to make use of it,
Yeah, so the reason why I studied theology was not because I wanted to be a pastor, but I wanted to understand this God that I believed in. I wanted to understand my faith. And that is what got me through all of those things. And still, I'm not there yet, guys. I'm still facing a lot of challenges. As I talk to you now, I don't have any projects that are going on, but I still carry on. And you have to have purpose in your life. You have to want to do things that are beyond you, that not just benefit you. For God so loved the world that he gave. Give. You don't have to give money. No. A kind word to somebody.
Your time.
Your time. You'll find that in giving, you get what you want. You get what you desire from the Lord.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try to be all whatever and say, hey, I did this, I did that. No. God did it for me.
But also, I mean, I sense a lot of, believing in yourself and your capabilities, as well. Thank you so much for your words, for your kind words. And I think this, I think you spoke to a lot of us out there who are listening in. Yeah. And it's not every day that you get to witness such, greatness. And I know that, going forward, we will always reference to this, conversation. Thank you so much. Do you have any last words that you'd like to share with us? Do you have any mentorship programs that are ongoing?
Well, now that you ask, I call myself the self-appointed Women Economic Empowerment Ambassador. I have appointed myself because I'm not about to wait for anybody to appoint me. So if anybody wants to appoint me, they'll come. But in the meanwhile, I'll carry on. So there's quite a lot that I'm doing around empowering women and, the girl child. There was a mentorship program that is called Elevator. I think there was about 62 mentees that a group of us mentors were identified to take them through, a mentorship program for about, I think, was it nine months? I think about 9 months or 10 months. And they recently graduated this past month. So there's quite a lot that I'm working on that will benefit every woman out there who is an aspiring businesswoman. What I will say is, ladies, there is conference that is coming up. I have a lot of my Facebook friends that are always saying I must invite them for these conferences and what. Guys, make that first step. There's a conference that is coming up, Wimbo, Bizo conference on the 14th and the 15th of May. This is where we are going to talk about challenges, opportunities for women in the mining industry, for women that are interested in getting into the mining industry. So you go back or it's too technical. No. Just come.
Thank you so much. Have yourself an amazing day. And please go follow her on social media platforms. All right. She's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for coming through and spending the morning with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Cool stuff.